guys, welcome to the video. So today we're doing a full day of eating, and I started basically a new diet. I'm doing like modified ketogenic diet, and what a modified ketogenic diet is basically where you have high fats, very low carbohydrates, and moderate protein. So my macros are roughly 185 grams of fat, 100 grams of carbs, and 220 grams of protein. And now I'm using a lot more green veggies. In the standard ketogenic diet, it's basically like 80% fat and I think like 15% protein, and there's like barely any carbs at all. So I'm doing a modified ketogenic diet, which is basically called Keto Life. Sean Torbati from High Performance Nutrition kind of made up this whole series on his YouTube channel talking about Keto Life. And in my part 2 of the how to get started video, I show you guys how to use the calculator on the High Performance Nutrition website, and there's actually a Keto Life diet. So if you go check out the calculator, you can click on it and it can give you all the macros you need for starting Keto Life. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be eating today. Reason why I'm starting this diet is because I do have Hashimoto's and I do have inflammation in my body, antibodies, and that can be triggered by a lot of different foods. So avoiding foods like gluten, dairy, soy, corn. There's many things you should avoid if you do have Hashimoto's. So I'm doing this Keto Life diet to help lower my antibodies and reduce inflammation, as well as it gives you better brain function and better cognitive function, and you don't get hungry as often. So here we go, let's get started with meal number 1. Alright guys, and here we have meal number 1. So this is breakfast. We have 2 whole eggs cooked in coconut oil. We have 4 ounces of chicken breast with 100 grams of kale, topped with 20 grams of coconut manna, and then we have 20 grams of almond butter. So nice solid meal. We're looking at 51 grams of fat, 11 grams of carbs, and 52 grams of protein. And there's plenty of salt on this diet. It lacks a lot of salt and sodium, so you need to have extra salt and plenty of water, so you need to stay hydrated. Yeah, here we go. Meal number 1 going down. It's really good even though it's cold. The thing about YouTube and filming your full days of eating, your food always gets cold because setting up the camera angles and everything, and just kind of the things we do for you guys. And with each of my meals, I take V1 and fish oil. Alright guys, so I'm just walking to the store right now, shirts off. It's 76 degrees in December, which is pretty insane. So I'm just hitting up Sprouts. I need to get some veggies, some protein. I'll probably just grab like 2 pounds of chicken. That's what I've been doing lately, just kind of getting a bunch of protein, cooking it up, putting it in a container, so that way my protein source is cooked ahead of time, and then when I need a meal, I just basically take 5 ounces out of the container and put it together with my veggies and my fat source. So it just makes it super easy, and I'm basically already planning ahead. Planning ahead is very important when you want to stick to a diet and adhere to it and have the best results. So that way my protein source is already cooked, so then it's just basically piecing the meal together, and each meal is always going to be just some veggies and then a fat source, whether it be coconut oil, coconut butter, almond butter, or macadamia nuts. So I'm gonna show you guys what I get. Keep the heads ringing. Alright guys, and here's what we got from the store. So first off, we got some Brussels sprouts, which I'm going to be baking these tonight. I have a really good recipe that I've been doing. So yeah, stay tuned for that. This will be in the dinner meal. So 2 packages of Brussels sprouts, and then I have a power greens mix, which is baby chard, kale, and spinach. This makes it super easy just to throw in with a protein source. Then over here we just got almost 3 pounds of chicken, just chicken tenders. I like to cook these in bulk and then put them in containers to have for meals later. And then we have some 90-10 grass-fed beef. This stuff is super good, and if you're doing like a keto diet, you want to go for fattier meats because you're going to need a lot more fat. As you guys seen before, I did have a lot more of coconut manna and almond butter to make up for the fats. And then I have some macadamia nuts. These things are super good. For 1 ounce is like 20 grams of fat, so it's very calorie dense, and they're super tasty. They're low in polyunsaturated fats and high in monounsaturated fats, which are a great fat source for testosterone production. Alright guys, so it's 1:21 p.m. I'm putting together my next meal. So I just weighed out 5 ounces of cooked chicken breast that I pulled out of my container. I have 85 grams of the mixed power greens. So I'm just gonna microwave this chicken, throw it on top of here, and then I'm gonna add 40 grams of macadamia nuts along with 20 grams of coconut butter. And here's my chicken, we got 5 ounces. Throw that on top. Then we're gonna add 40 grams of macadamia nuts. Zero out the scale. 40 grams. And then we're gonna add 20 grams of coconut manna. Let me move this over first. This stuff is super, super good. I'm definitely addicted to it. And boom, there you have it. So here's meal number 2. We're looking at 46 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbs, and 48 grams of protein. Solid. 5:06 p.m. Time for the next meal. I'm gonna do a smoothie with Pro-Zero banana maple French toast, some chopped frozen spinach, some almond coconut milk, coconut oil, and almond butter. Alright guys, so next meal here is 2 scoops of Pro-Zero, which is 60 grams, 100 grams of spinach, 1 cup of almond milk, 8 grams of coconut oil, and 16 grams of almond butter. Oh man, that's good. That's damn good. Macros for this, 21 fat, 11 carbs, and 47 grams of protein. Alright guys, it's about that time for dinner. It is currently 7:50 p.m. and I'm gonna preheat the oven at 400 degrees because I'm gonna cook the Brussels sprouts, and I'm gonna show you guys how I've been cooking them. They're super good, super tasty. So let's get started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice these in half, and then I'm gonna put them in this bowl, and then we're gonna pour about 30 grams of olive oil. We're gonna mix them all around, and then we're gonna throw them in a baking tray, throw them in the oven, and bake them at 400 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes. So let's get started. And these are seriously so good. I never really liked Brussels sprouts before until I started baking them. So they have like a weird smell to them, and then everybody always gets really grossed out by Brussels sprouts. But when you add a little bit of olive oil to them, a little bit of seasoning, and you bake them, they are so damn good. And Brussels sprouts, just like broccoli and cauliflower, they have a compound in them called indole-3 carbinol, and it actually helps you detoxify the bad estrogens out of your body. So yeah, these are great to have in your diet. All right, Brussels sprouts are all chopped. Now let's add some olive oil. We're gonna add 30 grams. Then we're gonna shake them up, mix them all around so the oil gets everywhere. Super easy recipe. And throw some salt on there, and some garlic, and time to cook. Alright, so those Brussels sprouts are gonna cook for about 45 to 50 minutes. So in about 35 minutes, I'm gonna cook some of this grass-fed beef. So that way, once the beef is done, the Brussels sprouts will be done, and then we'll have a nice, solid meal. Look at those babies. Yeah. Man, this looks damn tasty. So here we have 8 ounces of 8515 grass-fed beef, 460 grams of Brussels sprouts with 30 grams of olive oil that we baked in the oven, and a nice solid dinner. So let's dig in. Damn, this is good. I don't know if you guys remember that video I did with a recipe. It was called My Favorite Meal. Well, I think this is taking the cake now. In that video that I made with my favorite meal, it was like beef, garlic, onions, and Russell potatoes sliced up and baked. I used to make that meal all the time, but I think this is gonna be the new staple. Brussels sprouts and beef. You can't go wrong. Alright guys, and that wraps up the day. Full day of eating with me, doing a modified ketogenic diet. I'm gonna be continuing to do this diet. Hopefully my condition will improve. You know, avoiding all the grains, the soy, the dairy, wheat, all that stuff. I never really consume that anyway, but I'm really interested in seeing how this diet is gonna affect me. You know, the gut is your second brain, so if there's anything going wrong in the gut and any inflammation, then you're not gonna feel well. You're gonna be fatigued, you'll have some brain fog. So yeah, that's basically what I'm dealing with. I have chronic fatigue. I just don't really feel well. If you guys noticed in the beginning of the video, I was kind of really slow and not really excited. The mornings are really hard for me. The first half of the day is actually really hard for me, and then it's not till maybe about 5 or 6 o'clock I start feeling kind of decent, and that's due to pretty much like adrenal fatigue. So I feel like all these issues that I'm having is mainly due to my gut health. So yeah, we're gonna be working to improve it, get better. Thanks for watching guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.